Welcome dear friends to my video lecture on NET Education Unit 10. We are talking about inclusive education. There are some topics we are discussing from the first unit. What are the causes and prevention of disabilities? Identification of diverse learners for inclusion. How to identify the diverse learners for inclusion, and what is the importance of evaluation. That way the part A will be over with this video. Let us straight away enter into the topic. Dear friends, the first topic will be causes and prevention of disability. Disabilities affect a person's ability to perform tasks due to physical, mental, or sensory impairments. This can arise at birth, during childhood, and later in life due to genetics, environment, accidents, or diseases. Understanding the causes and prevention of disabilities is key to improving lives. Let us analyze what are the causes of disabilities. First of all, genetic factors. Disabilities like Down syndrome or muscular dystrophy can result from inherited genetic mutations that disrupt normal development. Secondly, prenatal issues, that is before birth, inside the womb of the mother. Poor maternal health, malnutrition, smoking, alcohol, drug use, or infections during pregnancy can harm the baby, leading to birth defects or developmental delays. Then birth complications. Problems like lack of oxygen during delivery or premature birth can cause conditions like cerebral palsy or intellectual disabilities. So birth complications are another cause. Then infections and diseases like polio, meningitis, or chronic conditions like diabetes can lead to disabilities if untreated. Then accidents, another cause of disabilities. Injuries from car crashes, falls, or sports can cause physical disabilities or brain damage, leading to cognitive impairments. Then environmental factors. Exposure to toxins such as lead or chemicals can harm health and lead to developmental disabilities. Aging is also another cause. Conditions like Alzheimer's disease. Alzheimer's disease, where the hands will be shaking, Parkinson's. Conditions like Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, or arthritis, common in aging, can reduce physical or mental abilities. How to prevent disabilities? Many disabilities can be prevented, or their effects can be reduced with proper care and awareness. How to do this prenatal care? Regular checkups, before the birth, regular checkup, good nutrition, and avoiding harmful substances during pregnancy are critical for healthy fetal development. Then vaccination. Vaccines for diseases like rubella and polio prevent infections that can lead to disabilities. Thirdly, genetic counseling. Families with genetic risk can use counseling and testing to make informed decisions and reduce the likelihood of inheriting disabilities. So genetic counseling. Then safe birth practices. Skilled birth attendance and proper medical care during childbirth can minimize complications. Then accident prevention. Safety measures like helmets, seat belts, and workplace precautions reduce injury risk. Next, education and awareness. Another important method of reducing disabilities. Education and awareness. Public campaigns can encourage healthy behaviors, reduce stigma, and promote prevention strategies. Then early detection and intervention. Identifying disabilities early and providing therapy or support can improve quality of life. Then healthcare access. Regular medical care for chronic diseases, that means a continuous, continuously suffering from some disease, chronic diseases, helps prevent the complications that can lead to disabilities. Let us ask some questions and also we will give explanations. What causes genetic disabilities? Genetic mutations. The genes are changing, or the tissues are changing. Genetic mutations. Inherited genetic changes can disrupt development, leading to conditions like Down syndrome. How can poor maternal health affect a baby? It can lead to birth defects or developmental disabilities. This is coming from the mother's maternal health or ill health. So, smoking, alcohol, or malnutrition during pregnancy by the mothers can harm fetal growth. What is a common birth complication leading to disabilities? Oxygen deprivation during delivery. That is a common birth complication leading to disability. This can cause a brain damage, leading to conditions like cerebral palsy. Which infection can cause birth defects? That is rubella. It can lead to serious issues like deafness and heart defects if contracted during pregnancy. Rubella is a disease that can come from the mother if she is a perpetual drinker, a drunkard in other words, goes on drinking alcohol, it may cause some trouble for the child. Who can prevent the infections leading to disabilities? Vaccination. What can prevent infections leading to disabilities? Vaccination. Vaccines for diseases like rubella and polio prevent lifelong health issues. How does genetic counseling help? Genetic counseling identifies the risk of inherited disabilities. Families can make informed decisions about reproduction based on risks. What is a preventive measure during childbirth? That is a skilled medical care. Trained attendants can handle complications to reduce risk of disabilities. What causes disability in accidents? Physical injuries or brain damage. Car crashes, falls or sports injuries can lead to lasting impairments. How can disabilities from aging be prevented? That is managing chronic conditions. Of course, as we are aging, we will get into some sickness or other, but if we observe the conditions, if there are chronic conditions, you can change it. You can manage the chronic conditions. You can be very healthy even in old age. So managing chronic conditions. Regular care for diseases like arthritis reduce their impact. What can prevent disabilities from environmental toxins? Avoiding exposure to harmful chemicals, even dust for an example, dust, smoke, fog, etc. Toxins like lead damage the brain and cause developmental delays. What is the benefit of early intervention? It minimizes the impact of disabilities. Therapy and support improve outcomes for affected children. How does public education prevent disabilities? That is by raising awareness about risks. Campaigns encourage healthy behaviors and reduce stigma. Which disease is prevented by vaccines and avoids disabilities? That is polio. Vaccines stop the spread of disabling diseases, especially for the newborn children, infants. What role does prenatal care play? It ensures healthy fetal development. Proper nutrition and checkups reduce the risk of birth defects. What can help families avoid genetic disabilities? That is genetic testing and counseling. That will help avoid genetic disabilities. It identifies this genetic testing and counseling identifies risks or problems early and suggests options to minimize them. Now, dear friends, let us talk about the second area, namely identification of diverse learners for inclusion. Inclusion in education creates a supportive environment for all students, regardless of their differences. Identifying diverse learners is key to this process. These learners may have disabilities, learning difficulties, language barriers, or social challenges. Teachers must observe. Yeah, sorry, I think the camera is not working. Anyway, I hope the sound will be there. Yes. Um, yes. How to identify uh, diverse learners for inclusion. Inclusion in education creates a supportive environment for all students regardless of their differences. Identifying diverse learners is key to this process. These learners may have disabilities, learning difficulties, language barriers, or social challenges. Teachers must observe students' unique needs and backgrounds to provide appropriate support. What is the key concepts of diversity? Diversity extends beyond ethnicity and culture, encompassing differences in abilities, interests, and learning styles, mostly psychological problems like. Some students may have disabilities like autism or dyslexia, while others may be advanced learners. Teachers should observe students' behavior and participation to identify their needs. What are the methods of identification? Teachers use various methods to identify diverse learners, including formal and informal assessments, observing class performance, and gathering feedback from parents and caregivers. This helps understand home environments and external challenges. What are the social and cultural factors regarding disability? Social interactions can reveal difficulties in social skills or language barriers. Cultural diversity also affects learning and expression. Teachers must understand and respect the cultural differences, fostering a classroom where all students feel included. Supporting diverse learners. Inclusive education requires accommodations like assistive technology or extra time on tests. Differentiated instruction, offering varied teaching methods, ensures all students can engage and learn effectively. How to create an inclusive culture? An inclusive classroom culture values every student. Teachers should encourage collaboration, celebrate diversity, and address discrimination. By incorporating diverse perspectives into lessons, students learn to appreciate differences. Teacher training and collaboration. Professional development equips teachers with the strategies for inclusion. Collaborating with the special education teachers, counselors, and other specialists provides additional support for diverse learners. So, identifying and supporting diverse learners ensures that all students feel valued and have the opportunity to succeed. Inclusive classrooms embrace diversity, creating a more equitable education system. Now let us analyze some important questions related to this topic. What is inclusion in education? Creating an environment where all students feel valued and supported. Inclusion ensures all students, regardless of differences, are supported. What is an example of diversity? That is, students with a different learning style. Diverse learning population is this. They may have, some students may be auditory learning style, some may be visual learners, some others may be kinesthetic learners. That is learning by doing. So different learning styles. So that is an example of diversity. Diversity includes differences in learning styles, abilities, and other factors. How can teachers identify diverse learners? That is through ongoing assessments and observations. Observations and feedback help understand students' unique needs. Why is feedback from parents useful? Feedback from parents helps teachers learn about students' home environments and challenges. Parents provide insights into students' lives outside school. What can social interactions show? Social interactions show challenges with the social skills or language barriers. Observing interactions helps identify students needing support. Why is cultural diversity important? Because cultural diversity influences students' learning and expression. Cultural backgrounds affect learning styles and classroom behavior. What is an example of accommodation for students with disabilities? That is providing assistive technology like speech-to-text software. Speech-to-text software. You speak and something is typed out in the on the screen. That type of software is available. It gets sensitized to your words, and your words are written there on the screen. That is a speech to text software. It is very helpful for students with disabilities. So accommodations help students to overcome barriers to learning. So this is one example of accommodation for students with disabilities. What is differentiated instruction? That is teaching content in ways tailored to students' needs. Teaching content in ways suitable to the students' needs or according to the students' needs. So differentiated instruction ensures all students can engage and learn effectively. How can teachers create an inclusive culture? Teachers can create an inclusive culture by promoting collaboration and addressing discrimination. Inclusivity fosters respect and supports every student. Why is professional development important in regarding inclusive education? That is for learning strategies for supporting diverse learners. To learn strategies for supporting diverse learners. Training equips teachers to handle diverse needs effectively. What is the key factor in identifying diverse learners? So the key factor in identifying diverse learners is looking at students' cultural and social background. Understanding backgrounds helps address students' unique needs. What should teachers focus on for students with disabilities? That is the specific accommodations they need. Tailored support or proper suitable support helps students with disabilities succeed. How can teachers address language barriers? That is by using visual aids and hands-on activities. So these tools help students understand despite the language challenges. How does inclusion benefit students? By providing equal opportunities to learn and grow. Inclusion ensures all students can succeed. So that way inclusion benefits all the students. They are able to succeed in life. Even the students with disabilities. What ensures students feel respected? That is creating a welcoming and a respectful environment. Respecting diversity makes students feel valued. Now dear friends, we are going for the third area, namely importance of evaluation, types of evaluation, and especially explanation specific to inclusive education we are going to see in this area. So what is the importance of evaluation? Evaluation ensures that teaching methods meet the diverse needs of students. For teachers, it guides improvements. For students, it provides feedback and builds understanding of their strengths and areas to work on. Inclusive evaluation supports every learner's development. There are 15 explanations specific to inclusive education I hold. Formative evaluation. It helps teachers adapt lessons for students with different learning speeds or disabilities. So formative evaluation. Summative evaluation. It ensures fairness by using multiple formats, for an example, projects or oral presentations for diverse abilities. The diagnostic evaluation. It identifies gaps early, like language or learning disabilities, for tailored support. In other words, material or the content according to the need, according to the level of the student, need of the student. Tailored support. That is a diagnostic evaluation. The norm-referenced evaluation, it encourages broad benchmarks but should include accommodations. Then criterion reference to evaluation. It focuses on achieving learning goals at individual levels, ideal for inclusion. Then test and exams. Flexible formats allow students with disabilities to perform equally. Then observation. Teachers can notice hidden challenges like anxiety or peer issues from the companions or friends. Then surveys. It helps to gather input on what students or parents feel is missing in inclusion. It helps it helps gather input on what students or parents feel is missing in inclusion. That is survey. Then portfolios, it reflects a diverse talent such as a creative or practical skills beyond academics. Portfolios. All the activities of the students. Peer and self-assessment. It builds a confidence and social inclusion by valuing everyone's voice. Interviews. It directly asks students about their learning preferences for a supportive environment. Then case studies. It promotes a real-world problem solving considering varied perspectives, different perspectives. Then projects. It encourages teamwork, allowing each student to contribute uniquely. Then rubrics. It sets a clear goals, reducing bias in assessments. LMS offers accessible, learning material. That is, offers accessible resources. Example, videos with the captions or adaptive quizzes. So these are all evaluation. 15 explanations for evaluating the students with these new strategies. Let us ask some questions. What is the main purpose of formative evaluation? That is to provide feedback during learning. It helps teachers adjust lessons based on student progress. When is summative evaluation conducted? At the end of an instructional period. It measures overall achievement through exams or projects. What does diagnostic evaluation identify? Diagnostic evaluation identifies strengths and weaknesses before instruction. It ensures teaching addresses specific needs. What is norm reference to evaluation? It compares a student's performance with that of peers. Comparing a student's performance to peers. It highlights relative standing within a group. Relative standing within a group. What is criterion reference to evaluation measure? Mastery of specific learning goals. It focuses on individual progress. What do observations help teachers evaluate? Student behavior and engagement. Real-time insights improve classroom strategies. What is the purpose of surveys in education? It collects feedback from students and parents. It helps improve inclusivity and satisfaction. That is the purpose of surveys in education. What does a portfolio show? A portfolio in evaluation shows a collection of student work over time for a period of time. It reflects a learning progress and creativity either for 1 year or for 2 years, especially for the B.Ed students, etc. What is self-assessment? Students evaluate their own work. It builds a self-reflection and independence. What are case studies used for? It helps solving real-life problems. So case studies encourages critical thinking and application of knowledge. What is the purpose of rubrics? It is to assess work based on clear criteria. What is the purpose of rubrics? It is for assessing work based on clear criteria, conditions. It ensures fair and consistent evaluation. How are checklists used in evaluation? To track task completion. It simplifies the monitoring of progress. Checklist simplifies monitoring of progress of the students. What is a gradebook's role? It is a record and track grades. Gradebook's role is to record and track grades. It organizes performance data for review. What do LMS platforms provide? Is a learning material. Is a tools for managing and assessing learning. It offers accessibility and personalized support. What do standardized test measure? It measures consistent benchmarks across groups. So as, it assesses achievement with adaptations for inclusivity. Dear friends, thank you very much for your presence here. God bless you abundantly. Kindly subscribe, like my video and comment so that my values get some value. I hope you understand my difficulty because hours together I am indulging in this task. So naturally it will be of great help to me if you do that. That is a real recognition for my work. If you like my video, kindly do so. Thank you very much. God bless you abundantly.